handful of nations gathered together for an incredible hockey tournament, and what better place to do it than the American Dream Mall in New Jersey. That's where we are live here on this YouTube stream for our continuing coverage of day one of the 2025 Dream Nations Cup. It has already been one heck of a day, and it's not even 10 o'clock in the morning. We had a great first game here on this rink, Central America, defeating Puerto Rico 4-1 in that first game, and that is just the beginning of a day-long span of coverage and really a marathon for the rest of the week, as we have 33 more games here to broadcast for you, and we are so excited to bring it all for you from here in New Jersey to all over the world. Hey there, folks. Welcome into the broadcast. My name is Dylan Balsamo. It's a pleasure to help bring this game to you and bring this tournament. The energy is high here in the American Dream Mall. The places that are still open, or that are open at this point, it's still very early in the morning, so it's a little too early for a Wetzel's Pretzel, but it's just about the right time. First, some hockey. This matchup here in our 9:50 slot, it's Armenia and it's Egypt, two teams that were both here last year. Armenia, the reigning runners-up. Egypt finished in fourth last year. Both teams excited to be back here and excited to continue this growth of our wonderful game here in the Dream Nations Cup. As we've talked about in our previous broadcast, these are teams involved in this tournament that we don't typically think of as being nations that play a lot of hockey, which is what makes this so exciting. We're going to see so many different styles of hockey. We're going to see different types of hockey and lots of heroes and villains, perhaps even, as the tournament goes on. We'll see how it happens. Very excited to bring this coverage to you. Again, this is Armenia and Egypt here in this 9:50 matchup. It is our second game of the Dream Nations Cup here in 2025. A lot to look forward to. Both teams are on the ice. They're in their huddles getting ready before this game is set to go. Just a few seconds away here likely from the playing of our national anthems. And again, like we talked about, the opening game of this tournament, very exciting. A lot of goal scoring, a lot of gameplay, some great goaltending as well. 4-1 was the final in that game. Central America defeating Puerto Rico. We hope for some similar excitement here in this first game. In the second game, I should say. As you might imagine, lots to look forward to. A lot of games here for the remainder of the day, so we hope you stick with us. It'll be me, with my friend Will Weigelman as well. He and I did the first game together, and excited to be a part of this coverage and of this broadcast and a part of this wonderful thing they got going on, the Dream Nations Cup. This is the second installment of this tournament. Last year, as we talked about, was the first one. And we'll talk about that a little more in a second, but stay with us here as we hear the playing of the national anthems. That concludes the playing of our national anthems, Armenia and Egypt. And that is the matchup here in this 9:50 game. These are two teams that, as we mentioned, were both here last year. Both reached the medal round last year. Egypt came in fourth. They lost in that bronze medal game to the indigenous squad. 6-3 was the final in that game. Armenia, on the other hand, was as close as you can get to winning the whole thing last year without winning. They lost in overtime last year of the gold medal game to Algeria 7-6. They hope to get to that same point this year, perhaps with a more positive result. Getting set for the face-off here. Knapp, our referee, puts the puck down, and Armenia will start with the puck. Whelan sends it back here. Now a chance here for Egypt right up front, and this shot gets knocked away. Looked to be Traxler who got that shot in. Armenia looking to get their first shot on net here. It's Aloyan on the near end, but now it's knocked back away. Egypt takes control back on their own end. Looking for a steal here, but couldn't get it done. Puck stays onside there and into the far corner. Armenia controls underneath their own net. And it's Harang Sayan. This one back behind the Egypt net. That's going to be an icing, and our first stoppage of play a minute in here. So like we talked about up at the top of the broadcast, these are nations really all over this tournament that you don't really associate with hockey. And that's really the point here, is to bring some awareness of other hockey programs. Egypt is a great example of that. A program that was founded in 2016 by Samar Ramadan, a native of this very state here in New Jersey. It's into the far corner again, and it's going to be another icing. Back-to-back icings from Armenia, and we'll get another puck drop in front of their own net. It'll be Mustafa to take the face-off for Egypt. And awaiting this face-off as well is Kalachian for Armenia. Armenia wins it and moves it forward, back behind their own net. It's Sayan waiting back there for it, moved around into the near corner. Played along the boards there, and finally knocked out. Play on the near wing in the neutral zone. Now moving forward, a chance here, but it gets knocked away. It was Jeminian who tried to get that one there. Now coming up. And a shot bounces off the back of the net. That one looked like it went in for a quick second before this one gets knocked away. Played in the neutral zone before it's played back by the Armenian defense here. And as Armenia makes a change, it's held back behind the net. Loose on the near board before it's knocked back away, back into center ice. Now back behind the net, and handling it is the netminder Kara Bogosian for Armenia. Now it's moved forward here by the Armenians. From the near side, a shot gets deflected away and out of play, and we'll have a face-off coming up here. 12:43 remaining in this first period. These are 15-minute periods in this tournament as opposed to 20 as you might find in the National Hockey League. So there's about 2.5 minutes in here. Face-off to the left of the netminder for Egypt. Played along by the defense for Egypt here. Back of the neutral zone before it's dumped forward, but it's gloved back down. Down into the near corner here. And played along there. In that corner there, Armenia yet to get a true opportunity here as they try to start something. It's Boyamin up top, and now Artunian looking around, sweeping around the corner. Now back behind the net is Zakarian. Zakarian, tough defense around him. He loses possession. Now it's back there fighting for it is Artunian. And Egypt regains possession. Looks like Toma who got it on his puck there before knocking it back behind the Armenian net. Played back in the neutral zone. Egypt's going to try and reset here. Back deep in their own zone and a steal here. Now a chance in front, and he scores! It was Nico Chiminian, his second career Dream Nations goal. He had 1 in 5 games played last year, and now he's got one here as well. And it puts the Armenians on the board. They have a 1-0 lead over Egypt. And much like our first game here in the Dream Nations Cup of 2025, it is within the first 5 minutes of play that we see our first goal, and a 1-0 lead here. It belongs to the reigning runners-up of this tournament, the Armenians. Going to be another chance here for Armenia. Nice opportunity, gets deflected away. That's Nico Chiminian, represented Armenia in last year's LATAM Cup as well, and now he's here for his second Dream Nations Cup. Armenia plays it back in their own zone here. And back behind the net handling is the netminder Kara Bogosian, yet to be truly tested in this game, the Armenian netminder. Puck played along the near boards, the neutral zone. Now it's moving forward. Played around there before it's knocked away. A lot of play here in the neutral zone here early on in this game. Played along the far boards and into the far corner. That's going to be an icing on Egypt. That was Chiminian on the goal, and on the assist, joining him on the board with his first point of the Dream Nations Cup is Arvega Hovsepian. Played in the most recent LATAM Cup as well. Also played at Salva Regina University, a D3 school in the NCAA. Played to the left of the Egyptian netminder. Now back behind the net. Played by the defenses. They try and clear it, but it's stolen. Nice forecheck here by Armenia early on. Now in the neutral zone. Egypt trying to get an opportunity for themselves here. It's Austin Whelan with the puck on the near end. Looks like we might have a penalty coming up here. Looked like that was an offside call, rather. That's Mustafa who took the face-off for Egypt, and we get another stoppage of play here. Mustafa taking the face-off again here for Egypt. For Armenia, it's Kalachian, Mika Kalachian. Armenia wins it back. Moving it forward is Aloyan. Joining is Kalachian, but it's knocked away. Still in the zone. No one can recover. Egypt with it now. On the far end and moving it forward is Zas Solomon before it's knocked out of his possession. In the near corner, back at center ice. Looking to reset here for Egypt is El Badri. Line change happened for Armenia as they retake possession behind their own net. Moving it across the coast here is Armenia. Trying to set up at the point here, a shot, and it's saved. Rebound is loose now. Egypt recovers and finally clears it. Played down in the near corner. It's going to be another icing. Face off to the left of Karabagosian. Now winds up on the other end. Egypt looking for their first opportunity here. Dumped in front, and it's a nice kick save by Karabagosian. Now another shot comes forward, loose in front of the net, but it's finally knocked away. Still playing the near corner here. Egypt looking to get a set piece going. Play stops, whistle blows. Looked like the net might have come offset, or maybe the goalie's equipment came off. A little roughhousing happening here in front of the net. Referees don't care for that. One of the goals of this tournament is to not have any fighting. Fighting will be penalized. But more than anything, these referees just want a clean game across the board. That's more than anything what they're looking for, and either way we'll get a reset right here. About 6.5 minutes through this first period, Armenia on one shot has a 1-goal lead. It was the forward Nico Chiminian with the first goal of this tournament for Armenia. Face off to the right of Karabagosian. Played along by the Armenian defense. Kept inside the zone here by Egypt. That was a nice keep in there from Radian. Now play in the neutral zone. Radian loses possession, but finally he's moving it forward here. Retaking possession is Thomas McGuire for Egypt, who moves it back along, now on the near end. Sion back behind here. Awaits his opening. He's got a teammate on his left that he'll use. Egypt keeps it in. Long shot coming in on a bounce. Karabagosian handles and play stops. Let's talk a little bit about Team Egypt. This was mentioned a little bit earlier. Sama Ramadan, who was a lifelong hockey fan and a New Jersey native, was the one who really got this Egyptian program going in 2016. Started with just a men's team. There's a women's team who's also here at the tournament this year. It's a very exciting time for Egyptian hockey. Another shot comes right in that Karabagosian handles before it's deflected away. Play to the near corner. Back in the neutral zone, and it's played back here. Egypt looking to move forward. Touches here from Toma. On the near end, they're still yet to get a good opportunity. They got 2 shots, though, both handled by Karabagosian. Armenia looking to respond here. It's Hovsepian on a shot that gets deflected away. Now up in the top corner. Artunyan gets double team. That shot gets deflected to the other end. Egypt yet to clear, and now they're able to. Looking to move things forward here. It's Abalal on a shot and a glove save by Karabagosian. He holds on and play stops with 6:45 remaining in the first period. Armenia still a 1-0 lead. Now Armenia has an interesting story of how they got here too, the story of their hockey federation. They had existed for a while. They became completely dormant after 2010, until it was Harag Sion who helped revive the program, who hockey fans might recognize his name from his association with Montreal. And obviously have had some success. We're 1 overtime goal away from winning this whole tournament just a year ago. Play in the neutral zone here. Traxler moves it along. Back into the far corner. Played by Chiminian. Armenia turning it back the other way. Back to recover is Korshish Ishak. Egypt trying to play north to south here to try to get something going. Traxler dumps it in. Karabagosian handles and knocks away. At center ice, it's handled there Trying to set something up there with Sion, but he couldn't get it going. At center ice, Mustafa takes it. Loses possession, but tries to recover here in the near corner. He's getting double teamed. Nowhere to move. Puck stays dormant there. Finally, it's scooped back out by Egypt. Oliviera tries to get one on. Now a shot in front. And another one. Both saved by Bogosian, and finally he hangs on to one. About 10 minutes into this first game, Armenia still a 1-0 lead. We'll get a face-off here, likely to the left of the Armenian netminder, Daniel Karabogosian, the 20-year-old. Who already has 5 saves in this game. Played back behind the net here. Armenia looking to move things forward. On a pass left back here, and that's one's off the side of the net. Solomon tried to get one going there. A little bit to the right. Here's McGuire trying to move things in. Loses possession of it. Neck falls off of its kilter, and we'll get a stoppage of play so we can reset it. Good goaltending on both sides as well. Let's talk about Andrew Sala. He's the 34-year-old starting netminder for Egypt today. He's also part of Egypt's team last year here at the Dream Nations. He's also been at 2 LATAM Cups and 1 Arab Cup as well for Egypt. And as this sport continues to grow, we see more regional and international tournaments that teams like Egypt can participate in. Way back behind, it's McGuire. Up top for Abalal. McGuire again, he gets tripped up at the blue line, and Armenia takes possession. It's Fung with it. He's down in front, another one-timer, and he scores! It was Lucas Fung, the 5'10 forward, the 18-year-old from Brussels, who scored that one. He had 1 assist last year, and now he has a goal here in the opening period of this tournament. And that's going to make it 2-0 Armenia, just 10 minutes into this one. So an explosion offensively of a first period. So here's an interesting thing that happened there. We want to explain that to you for those who might be familiar, not as familiar with this sport of hockey as Armenia with a 2-0 lead now, just on 2 shots. Armenia was shorthanded there. So usually what happens in hockey is that if you have an extra man on the ice and then you score, you lose that advantage. But what happened here is the opposite. It's called the jailbreak rule. Another chance here for Armenia and a stop here. Clock stops at 3:53 remaining in the first. It's what's called the jailbreak rule. Essentially, Armenia had a man in the penalty box, but then they scored, so they were able to forego that disadvantage. And now we're back to even strength play. With 3:53 remaining in the first period, 2-0 Armenia leads. That was their 3rd shot right there. The first one they didn't score on. Shots are 5-3 in favor of Egypt. They're still yet to get a goal on the board, though. Face off to the left here. Now a shot. Still open in front of the net before it's cleared into the near corner. Back up across the boards. Trying to reset here is Armenia. Ukrainian tried for that one there, but now it's back into the neutral zone. Egypt trying to start something here before it's retaken possession-wise by Dadian. Armenia with it, top slot. Too much traffic, couldn't get a direct shot on. Now it's loose in front of the net on the near corner. We're going to get another penalty here. Looks like it's going to be a hooking penalty here, and it's going to be on Egypt. So Armenia will be on the power play here. And just to catch those up for those not familiar with how penalties work in hockey, essentially when you commit a penalty, you lose a player. So instead of having 5 skaters on the ice, Egypt will have 4 here. Armenia on the power play here. Playing up top, and the top spot is Dadian. Dadian still awaits his opening. Looks to his right. From the top corner, Armenia waits. Up top, it's Dadian again. Moving around here. Now Dadian. Near top slot. Now they come in close. Now it's loose in front of the net before it's cleared. It was a nice save up there by Adam Saab. So the Egyptian penalty is on Adam Solomon, number 58, the forward. It's a minor penalty. About a minute left in that penalty now. If you're just joining us, 2-0 Armenia leads Egypt. This is both of these teams' first games here in the Dream Nations Cup. Cyan moving along. Now into the near corner, still with the puck. Leaves it up top here for Moradian. Shifting along here, under 2 minutes remaining in the first period. Armenia still with the puck, but now back in the neutral zone. Moving it forward is Moradian. These are for Sepien. Up at the end of the near corner, dumps it along, now moves it across. From the top slot, now a chance up in front before it's deflected away. No shot on that opportunity there. And play stops in the neutral zone. 1:29 remaining in the first period and 12 seconds remaining in the Armenian power play. Meaning in 12 seconds, Adam Solomon will be out of the penalty box for Egypt. Shots are now even 5 apiece here with 1:29 to go in the period. Faceoff happening right outside of the Egyptian zone. So it's Armenia now. Loose in their own zone before Zakarian handles. Zakarian back along the boards. It's Galuzian here. Possession lost back behind the net. Egypt recovers deep in their own zone. And unable to clear, played back behind by Adam Saab. Minute to go here in the first period. Still a 2-0 Armenia lead. Zakarian with the puck again here. Now he tries to lead. A backhanded pass. Back around. And no shot here, and play stops. Whistle blows. 42 seconds left in the first period. Looked like the Egyptian net came off its kilter, so to speak. 42.2 on the clock. So the Egyptian penalty is over. There was a 2-minute minor for holding on Solomon that is now complete. Even strength for the final 42 seconds here of this period. Face-off will be to the left. Andrew Sala. Loose puck recovered by Egypt in their own zone. It's Ali who's moving it up. Back trying to set up a centering pass that won't work. Strong Armenian defense here in the opening period, along with the 2 goals. They're leading shots 6-5 as well. Puck played along the far boards here. Now back behind the net is Ramzi Ali. Tries to set up top for El Badri. El Badri, a shot that goes wide. 8 seconds remaining here. Puck floats back into the far corner over the net. 3 seconds now, 2-1, and that will end the opening period of Armenia and Egypt's matchup on day 1 of the Dream Nations Cup. We've played 15 minutes of this game here at the American Dream Mall. Armenia leading Egypt 2-0 in this matchup of 2 teams returning to the American Dream Mall for the Dream Nations Cup. We'll be back for the second period in just a couple of minutes. Stay with us. We're back here for period number 2 in game 2 of the opening day of the Dream Nations Cup here at American Dream Mall in New Jersey. If you've never been out to American Dream Mall and you haven't got the chance to get here, it's a fun place to come visit, lots of things to do. As I look here to my right from our broadcast booth, I can see the remnants of a Nickelodeon theme park that's out there. So much to enjoy out here. Well, let's return to the ice here as we finish up the first intermission. Armenia takes the ice with a 2-0 lead over Egypt in this first game. Taking the opening faceoff for Armenia is Kalachian, eventually wins it back. Armenia now shooting right to left from our view here in this second period. Play back around by the Egyptian defense, and immediately puck winds up over the glass and out of play. And we get a stoppage here, 15 seconds into this second period. Shots are 7 for Egypt and 6 for Armenia. Obviously the goal is 2-0 in favor of the latter. Egypt wearing the black and red jerseys. Armenia in white with black lettering. Win back the face-off. Comes a shot right on that bounces away from Andrew Sala. But they had a chance there. Puck loose at the top of the zone. Kept in by Kalachian. Nice job keeping that one on sides, but it's ultimately before it gets knocked away. Brings it back in, Kalachian does. Moving into the right, tries to get the opportunity up in front, but it gets knocked away. Sent back along the boards by Boyman. He plays it again back here on the near end. Kalachian trying to keep it alive here. Good defense in this opening minute from the Egyptians, keeping the puck out of the center of the ice. Finally a chance here for the Armenians. Here's a shot that gets deflected away. Nice save there by Sala, moving that one over to his left. Chance here for Kalachian, top slot. It gets deflected away by Sala. Another chance, move to the front. Now it's loose in front. And they score! Looked like it was on the follow-up there from an opportunity in front that Armenia was able to capitalize on a deflection that found its way into the back of the net. Looked like it was Arvega Hovsepian, or rather Chris Dadian, 18 instead of 16, who nailed that goal, and that makes it 3-0 Armenia. And immediately they win back the faceoff. They have taken all of the momentum here in the opening 20 minutes of this game, the 15 of the first period, and now the opening few minutes here of the second. They're going to look for another one here. It's played on the boards by Artunyan. Up top here, now back into the neutral zone. Egypt's going to have to respond soon if they want to stay in this game. They're now down 3-0 here early on in the second period. This will be their first offensive opportunity coming up here. It was played along the boards, and now we get a stoppage of play. Looks like we might get a penalty coming up here. And that's right, that's what it's going to be. It's going to be on number 8 for Armenia, Artashis Artunyan. And that's an important guy to not have on the ice. He had 7 points in 5 games in last year's Dream Nations, and now he will sit in the penalty box for 2 minutes. Playing along the near boards, as the Egyptians have a shot here in a 5-on-4 opportunity for a power play. So the third Armenian goal, we'll talk about it in a second. Here's another chance here for them. Shot finds its way to the side of the net. Now played back along. And the Egyptians will handle again. That goal is going to get awarded to Arden Muradian, that third Armenian goal. Nevertheless, third of the game for the Armenians. Played up top here by Abalal for Egypt. 3 minutes into this second period, Armenia has jumped out to a 3-0 lead. Shot comes to the right of the net here. Now played back along. Shoved on the side of the net before it's grabbed there by Kara Bogosian. So let's recap. That third Armenian goal will get awarded number 86. Arden Muradian here in his first Dream Nations Cup, and therefore his first Dream Nations goal. Came with 13:42 remaining in the second period. So very early on here in period number 2 comes the third Armenian goal, and they have a 3-0 lead. Under a minute remaining here in the Egypt power play. They've had 1 shot on it so far. It's been a pretty good penalty kill for the Armenians. Here's a shot right on that Kara Bogosian gloves immediately. Quick reflexes there as play stops, and we'll get another faceoff. Mustafa was looking to take the faceoff for Egypt there. Had some talk with the referee. Looks like he'll still be able to take it. Also looks like we might have had an issue with the run of the clock, so now they're going to talk over to the officiating and scorekeeping staff to make sure everyone's on the same page about how much time should be left in the game, and more importantly, in the penalty. So it's about 3 minutes in to this second period, and a 3-goal lead for Armenia. That has happened quite quick, and that is because it did happen quick. We play 15-minute periods here in this tournament as opposed to the 20 they might be used to in the NHL. Mustafa on the faceoff here for Egypt. 52 seconds left on the power play for them. Left back up top for El Badri. El Badri moving around. And finally, Armenia wins it back. They'll have a shorthanded opportunity coming up here. It's Fung with it. Fung, the scorer of the second goal, loses possession. It's back out for Muradian. Fung loses his balance, but somehow able to keep it in play, but not before a penalty is called. Likely a tripping call here. And we'll get another penalty with 30 seconds remaining already in the Egyptian power play. That Armenia penalty that has Artunyan in the box was for cross-checking. And now it'll be a second penalty on Armenia. So for about 30 seconds coming up here as Muradian heads to the box, we will have 5-on-3 as the advantage for Egypt. They'll have 30 seconds to take advantage of this 2-man advantage. 2 men in the box for Armenia. There are Artunyan and Meridian, the scorer of the most recent Armenian goal. It's 3-0 the lead here in the early goings of period number 2. Austin Whelan taking the face-off for the Egyptians, the guy you want to have on the ice during a power play. Knocked back along the near boards, now back up to the top slot. Handling up there is Abalal. That's Salib. Abalal again up top. 15 seconds remaining on the 5-on-3. Here's a shot that goes all the way into the near corner. Played along the boards here. Up top for Abalal again. First penalty about to end. It'll be a regular power play coming up. Here's a chance coming up here. A one-timer wouldn't go. Armenia gets back an extra man. It's 5-on-4 now here for the next minute 22. Under 11 minutes to play here. Another shorthanded opportunity. Aloyan coming on. He gets a shot on, but it's saved here by Salah. Egypt finally recovers. That was a scary opportunity there for the Armenians, looking for their 4th goal and shorthanded. Here's a shot that goes off of the leg padding of Kara Bogosian. Now played in the far corner. Centers for nobody and out of play. 10.5 minutes remaining here in the second period. Meridian still in the box for hooking for another 45 seconds. Played along the near boards, back into the Armenian zone. Handling it there now is El Badri. And a save here made by Kara Bogosian that he holds on to. At just about the 5-minute mark of the second period, his team with a 3-0 lead. Kara Bogosian now with 9 saves on the 9 Egyptian shots. Face-off coming to his right here. Face-off won back by Egypt, but Armenia takes possession and sends it back behind the Egyptian net. Played there aggressively by Aloyan. Can't take possession of it. And Egypt somehow able to hold on despite Aloyan's aggression there. Along the near wing here comes Egypt. Loses possession near the boards, but now it's Mustafa who's able to recover it. He loses it, and now it's knocked back in the other direction. We have a delayed penalty coming up here. That's why you see Salah leaving the goalie net. And the Egyptians will have an extra advantage until the Armenians can touch the puck, and they do exactly at center ice. So it's going to be another power play for Egypt here as Armenia takes their 3rd penalty in the opening minutes of the second period. As it's Aloyan, who you've seen be very aggressive right out of the gate, take the penalty box. So if you're not familiar with what just happened, why Salah left the net for Egypt, penalty was called, but it was not going to be enforced until Armenia touched the puck. So for that time, Egypt wanted an extra skater. They sent their goalie back to the bench and brought an extra guy onto the ice. So it was 6-on-5 for a second there. Egypt looking to capitalize on their 3rd power play. So far, they're 0 for 2. It's Fung back in the other way, shorthand, as this one gets knocked into the other direction and into the far corner. Handling up on the top wing is McGuire. Sent back out and played back behind by Salah. Played it on near wing by Egypt, now sent across. It's Whelan now. Whelan handling. Leaves it back up to the top slot for McGuire. Minute remaining in the power play here. That one heads into the netting and out of play off the stick of Whelan. We'll have a face-off. Face-off comes to the left here. Now back up top. It's El Badri. El Badri gets a shot right on. That is able to be gloved by Karabagosian. 8:21 remaining here in the second period. 3-0 Armenia leads. Under a minute remaining in this third Egyptian power play. It's Aloyan in the box. Face off one back here by El Badri. Loses his balance, loses possession. Now back the other way. Another short-handed opportunity for Armenia. It's Muradian who gets a shot on, but it's deflected away. Back to the near corner. And handled back there by El Badri. El Badri up the middle of the ice. Now leaves it to the wing before it's knocked out of play, and we will get another penalty call. That comes with 30 seconds remaining already in the previous penalty. And now the Armenians will welcome a teammate into the penalty box, and it will be yet again another 30-second 5-on-3. This time it's Nick Fontaine who enters the box for Armenia. So it will yet again be 5-on-3 for the Egyptians, still yet to capitalize on any of the many opportunities the Armenians have given them in the second period. 11 shots, no goals. 7:52 remaining in period number 2. Aloyan's penalty was for interference, the one that started a minute and a half ago. 30 seconds of 5-on-3 here for the Egyptians. Back for Abalal. Now Whelan. Whelan waiting, Abalal again on the top wing. Back out for Salib. Salib fires. This one is lost possession of his stick. Looks like it chipped a little bit, and that's why he wasn't able to get a clean shot on there. 10 seconds left in the 5-on-3. And now it's Whelan again. Whelan leaves it back for Abalal. Abalal fires a shot that got deflected. Along the near boards. The first penalty is over. Power play for another minute and a half now for Egypt. Sent back in the other direction. It's Aloyan again. Aloyan, 2-on-1, gets a shot on, but it gets deflected away. That one nearly slipped into the net. Back in the other direction, it's Ramzi Ali for Egypt. Leaves it for Toma. Toma fires. That shot gets knocked away. Armenia retakes possession. We got a 3-on-3 opportunity here, but they are not able to keep it onside. They're going to have to regroup here. Finally, they lose possession, and it's Abalal who moves it back up for Egypt. On the near wing, moved across here. It's Corey Shishak. That one gets deflected into the near corner. Play in the neutral zone. And back now behind the Egyptian net. Another 20 seconds of power play here for the Egyptians. They're about to be 0 for 4. All of them within this second period. It's El Badri on a shot that gets deflected. Back in the neutral zone. 5 seconds left in the power play. They're not going to get another shot on. Teams are about to be at full strength again. .45 remaining here in the second period. 3-0 Armenia leads. Lost possession there. Now Armenia takes it in the Egyptian zone. Here's a shot that comes right on that gets deflected. Now an opportunity here in the top slot to try and keep possession of. Bakarian loses it and finally gets knocked out of the zone. There to meet it is Sayan at center ice. Saab touches it, the netminder for Egypt. 5 and change remaining here in the second period. Armenia also has a game misconduct penalty that they are serving currently. That is a 10-minute penalty. Those sorts of penalties. A game misconduct is an example of a penalty where you actually do not lose a player on the ice. but a player will sit in the penalty box for 10 minutes of gameplay. So we play even strength, but Armenia is without said player. And that player, he's number 28 for the Armenians. Here's a face-off to the right of Karabagosian. Here's a shot that comes right on. That's too far to his left. Armenia playing it here at center ice, trying to move things along. They have a very quick pace of game. Played along by Hoinzian. Up top, Boyman. Shot that gets deflected. Here's another opportunity, top slot, that gets deflected away. Looked like that one might have hit the left side of the net. Play here at center ice. 4.5 minutes remaining in the period. Here's Hovsepian with the puck now. Moving in. Gets double teamed there. Is knocked out of his possession. Played along here. Egyptian defense here. Now played around center ice. This one, a pass that happened while Egypt was making a line change, and Armenia will take possession. Moved along, nobody to cover on Chimian. He got to get another goal here. Already a goal in this game, Chimian, and he tried for another one there, but a save there by Saab. Here's a counter opportunity that gets deflected away. That was Traxler who tried for that one for Egypt. Puck gets deflected in center ice and winds up back behind the Egyptian net. 3.5 minutes to go in the game. Shots are 11-10 in favor of the losing side. Egypt trying to get something going here in the final minutes of the second period. They're down 3 goals. Play by Aloyan. He's been all over the ice in this game. Aloyan, a shot that comes right on that Saab deflects. Back behind the net here is Kalachian. Kalachian loses possession. Back along the near boards. Egypt trying to make a line change here. Right in the line of fire. Now here's Muradian to the side, and a shot on net by Kalachian that's saved by Saab. Fought for in the near corner. Egypt having trouble getting it out of their own zone. 2.5 minutes remaining in the period. Here's a shot that comes right on that gets deflected. Saab made the save, lost possession of it. Now it's still in the zone. Muradian's going to take another shot at it. Sweeping around, looks to reset, finds a teammate behind. Back along the boards and out of play. Out of the zone, I should say. Back to recover is number 18, Dedian. 2 minutes remaining in the second period. Saab handles the puck, and eventually he will glove it to stop play. 2:02 remaining on the clock. Shots are even at 11 apiece so far, with 2 minutes to go in the second period. Face-off happening to the right of the Egyptian goaltender, number 39, number 36, Adam Saab, I should say. Markarian taking the face-off for Armenia. He wins it back but loses possession immediately. Back into the neutral zone. Now it's Abagush who gets a shot right on, then a glove save by Karabagosian. Minute 48 remaining on the clock in period number 2. Egypt has certainly had their opportunities. They've gotten some good shots on Karabagosian, not to mention the 4 penalties that they have been the benefactor of, but still yet to score in this game. Thought to lose that neutral ice. Back along into the near left corner. It's played along there by Alquette. Now up top, a shot that comes right on that Saab is able to save. That was Manukian who was able to get that shot basically from a couple inches in front of the blue line that found its way all the way to Saab. And both sides will make a line change as we prepare for another face-off in front of the netminder. 1:27 on the clock of the period. Face-off won back by Egypt in the near corner and brought along the boards and eventually out of the zone. Back at center ice, it's played by Armenia. Looking for another goal here before we wrap up the second period. There's a minute and change left in it. Ali at center ice for Egypt, leaves it for Shahata Oliveira. Now Armenia plays it back behind their own net. Under a minute to play here in the second period. A 3-0 lead for Armenia. Here's Artunyan. Loses possession, recovers. In deep traffic here, 45 seconds left in the period. 12 shots for Armenia so far in the game. Now they're coming right on. A shot from the side that's deflected away. And play stops with 36.5 seconds remaining in the period. Pierre Bogosian skating around on the other side, trying to stay loose. Opportunities have been sparse for the Egyptians here in the period. But when they've come, they have come in bunches. So Pierre Bogosian's get a lot of downtime. Face-off, one back by Hovsepian, but now the Egyptians take it back the other way. 30 seconds remaining in the period. Trying to get an opportunity here. Played in the near corner. Tries to leave it on the side before it's intercepted by Zerkarian. Left up top in the slot before it gets deflected away. That was an opportunity for Hovsepian that didn't happen. 13 seconds remaining in the period. Puck wound up high in the air. About time for one more opportunity for the Egyptians if they hurry here in the period. A shot that comes right on and a glove save by Pierre Bogosian. He brings it back down before deciding to lay down on it. And clock stops with 1 second remaining. So it'll just be a puck drop and then we will head to intermission. Christopher Toma, the 25-year-old from Massapequa, will take the face-off. As they reset the clock, it's actually going to be 3 seconds remaining in the period. Puck is dropped, there will be no shot, and that will end the period. So the Armenians tack on another goal here in period number 2. They take a commanding 3-0 lead into the final 15 minutes of play, and that will happen right on the other side of this break. We hope you stay with us. It's game 2 of the 2025 Dream Nations Cup. Glad you're joining us. And we're back here at the American Dream Mall in New Jersey, home of the 2025 Dream Nations Cup. And this is game 1 of said tournament. And we begin period number 3 between Armenia and Egypt, a 3-0 lead for the former. 12 shots to 11 in favor of Armenia as well. Opportunity coming right on here for the Egyptians on a shot that gets deflected away. That was Adam Solomon who tried to get that one going. Fought for in the neutral zone and won back for Armenia. Kalachian tries to fight one forward, but he gets double teamed and it's knocked away. Moving forward on what wound up being an acrobatic pass there on a stick that gets chipped, and now Armenia takes back possession. Played on the near wing here. It's Dekranian. Shot gets deflected away. That's the opening 41 seconds of period number 3. Armenia leading Egypt 3-0. This is game 2 of this very exciting Dream Nations Cup. We're so glad you've joined us for at least one of our broadcasts. We hope you keep coming back over the next couple of days. This is our second game of the day, as I mentioned, back in the 8 o'clock slot. Central America defeated Puerto Rico 3-1. Or 4-1, I should say. This game is 3-0 in favor of Armenia. Face-off won back by the Armenians there. There's Artunian who handled it. Now back in the neutral zone. And it's pushed along forward here. Handled by Yassin El Badri. Played 6 games in the Dream Nations Cup last year and had 6 points, so very effective player. This Egyptian team, a lot of offensive prowess, but still yet to score in this game. A little bit surprising. Play stops here. Looks like we're going to get a penalty coming up. And it looks like it will be Armenia going back to the penalty box. This time it is going to be Harag Sayan, the vet of this team and one of the forefathers of the current era of Armenian international hockey. He will head to the penalty box, and the Egyptians will get their 5th man advantage of the day. They are still yet to score. It has been a combination of strong penalty kill from the Armenians, and Egypt's just... Here's a shot that comes right on that gets deflected away. Akira Bogosian was able to get his legs on. Played back in the near corner, chipped up out of the air, and it's recovered. Now it's up top for McGuire. Here's a shot that comes on, an attempt for a one-timer there by Toma that didn't work. Played back behind the net here. Still in the far corner, up along the boards for the top slot for Abdalal. Salib waiting for the opportunity. Shot that comes right on. Now it's loose in front of the net before it winds up over it. So that was another shot that wouldn't go. A centering pass attempted there that didn't work, and now this one gets knocked away. About 2.5 minutes into the final period of this second game of the Dream Nations Cup. Armenia leading Egypt 3-0. Here's a shot that's going to come right on, and now here's a centering pass that didn't work. Once gets deflected away. It's Salib again, waiting for his man. Pass that gets deflected, and another one over the net. This has been an aggressive power play here for Egypt. There's 30 seconds left in it. Loose in the top slot. It's recovered there by Korshin Ishak. Ali with it. Not a lot of time to mess around. 20 seconds left in the power play. They're down 3 goals, 12 minutes left in the game. Played back behind the net. Salib waiting. Crosses one for Abdalal. Abdalal moves one up front that comes loose. Played back behind the net. The power play is over. Teams are back at full strength. Back behind the boards again. Still in Egypt's possession, and now it's out of the zone. Armenia on the counter. It's going to come very quickly here before it's knocked away. Fung with it. Fung already with one of Armenia's 3 goals in this game. Set back up in the back end by Galuzian. Now Hovsepian. Hovsepian, a shot that comes right on. Loose in front of the net after a save by Saab. Comes back out. A shot from the other side. This one gets deflected. Looks like Saab got a piece of it. 11 minutes left here in the 3rd period. And the net came loose once again. And play stops. 11:03 remaining in the 3rd period. Face-off one back by Armenia. Shot comes right on, but gets deflected off of Saab's shoulder. Sepian trying to start something. Here's a shot and a goal! The 4th goal of the day for the Armenians. This one coming in the opening 5 minutes of the 3rd period. It looked like it was Michael Galuzian who was able to put that one away. And with that, Armenia takes a 4-0 lead into the remainder of the 3rd period, and they are just pouring it on here in this opening game of the tournament for both teams. So the headline of the day for the Egyptians, they have had every opportunity. They've had 15 shots on net. They've had a handful of penalty advantages and still unable to score. They've run into a great goaltender in Karabagosian, not to mention. Moved along the boards now. Armenia now working with a 4-goal lead with 10.5 minutes to play in this game. Up to the top slot, comes right up to the front, but Saab able to make a save. Play to the middle before Egypt's able to take it back around. Here's Arquette. Moving around, loses possession, but kept alive before it's knocked back away. Here's another opportunity here, coming right on. This one, a shot that gets deflected away from Saab. And another shot that's one off the pad. That's 18 shots now for Armenia. So the 4th Armenian goal gets awarded to Michael Galuzian, as we said. His first goal of the tournament, obviously. And this is his first Dream Nations Cup, therefore his first Dream Nations career goal. And it was Hovsepian that had the assist there with him. Here's another chance now. Radiant gets knocked away. Another shot in front off the pad. Knocked away. And play stops. 9:17 remaining on the clock. That 4th goal came with 10:42 left in the 3rd period. We're at 9:17 remaining now. And it's 4-0. Armenia pounding it on with 20 shots. And now things just get better for them as Egypt will go to the penalty box and Armenia will have its first power play since the 1st period. So it'll be 5-on-4 here on a shot that gets deflected all the way up to the top of the netting. That puck was heading right for the food court if not for the netting above the ice here. Clock stops with 9:09 remaining in the 3rd. Top here for Chminian. Moving around here, taking possession is Artunian. This one deflected away. That minor penalty is on Sammy Traxler for Egypt. He's in the box for another minute and 20 seconds. Armenia on the power play here with a 5-on-4 advantage. Hovsepian moving up the ice. Has a good opportunity there that got deflected away. It was nice defense there from El Badri. Here's a shot that comes all the way up, but it gets deflected. In front in a shot, this one saved by Saab. Still loose in front. Now back behind the net. And it looks like we have a player down on the ice here. It looked like Artunian took a real hit to the arm from a puck that rose just a little too high. Play stops with 8 minutes remaining in the third period. And obviously, for a handful of reasons, one of them being this is the first game of the tournament. This is the last thing you want to see is an injury to one of these players. Especially in a game that is separated by 4 goals. With 8 minutes left in the game. Looked like that one might have come up and hit his face. And that was Artashis Artunian, the 20-year-old from California. Had 7 points in last year's Dream Nations. So play will resume in just a minute here. Artunian left the ice under his own volition, so presumably he is mostly fine, but he's on the bench now. Play will continue right outside of the Egyptian zone. 49 seconds left in the power play for Armenia. Opportunity that comes on that gets deflected away. Covering here is Dadian for Armenia. Under 8 minutes remaining in the game. Here's a chance up top for Kalechian. A shot and another goal! The 5th of the day for the Armenians. This one a power play goal, and it's off the stick of Mika Kalechian. He had 9 points last year in the Dream Nations, and now he has a goal in the opening game of this one for his team. And that's going to make it 5-0 Armenia with under 8 minutes to play in the game. And the 5'10" forward from L'Île Bizarre, Quebec, who played this year with the Hawkesbury Hawks of the CCHL, semi-pro, is the 5th individual Armenian to get his tally on the board today for this side. It has been a day where everything has fallen right for the Armenians. Here's a glove saved by Karabagosi, and then he knocks down and holds on to 7:29 on the clock. So now the penalty boxes are empty, which has been a rarity in this game. These have been 2 very physical teams. It's been interesting in this tournament, as that's a shot attempt from the left side that gets deflected. Up top, a shot off the leg of Karabagosi, and finally it hops into his glove, and he holds on to it. Play stops, 7:03 remaining on the clock. So in the first game, we saw Central America and Puerto Rico, and that was a very specific style of play. We saw a lot of finesse. There wasn't a ton of physicality in that game. This has been a very different thing. This is a very physical game. That's why we've seen a lot of penalties. These are 2 teams that are very physically aggressive, and that has played into their style of play. And make no mistake, Egypt is clearly a very strong team, despite the lopsided difference in this game. Here's Arkarian with the puck here. Leaves it now for Artunian. Here's a shot right on that Saab is able to save and hold on to. So on Kalechian's goal, he was assisted by Nick Fontaine, the 21-year-old from New Hampshire who represented Armenia in the most recent LATAM Cup. And some line changes here. So an important note about this tournament is you see the clock still running here, even though play had stopped. With a 5-goal lead, we have what's called a running clock rule. So the clock will continue to go here for the remaining 5 or so minutes now that we have a 5-goal difference in this game. That shot gets deflected away off of the arm of Karabagosian. Played neutral zone and met back in Egypt zone by Abalal. Under 5.5 minutes remaining in this game. Armenian trying to get another chance, and they're going to get it. That was Chris Dadian, the fellow Quebecois of Kalachian. That is the 6th Armenian goal. His first of the year after having 8 points in this tournament last year. And the member of the Montreal Mounties is the 6th individual to score today for Armenia. They have a 6-0 lead with under 5 minutes to play. And this has continued to be a very productive opening game of this tournament for Armenia. They have said that they are here to win after losing by just 1 goal in overtime last year. And you can see very clearly that is how they feel about this. Their player, Parag Sayan, that we talked about earlier, helped revive this program. He said before the tournament, we're not here just to participate, we're here to win. And that is very clear from this first game. It's a team that had 5 players in the top 15 scorers of this tournament a year ago. And you can see that offensive prowess here all throughout this game. Now 4 minutes left as the puck drops again to the left of Karabagosian. .345 remaining in the game. Handling the puck is Manoukian. You can tally a couple of assists on that last goal. One for Vengahob Sepian and for Artur Aloyan. So they are on the board as well through that 6th Armenian goal. 3 and change remaining here in this game. Puck gets deflected and out of play. It's into the netting. So as we mentioned, a running clock here in the final minutes of this game now that it's a 5+ goal lead for Armenia. Here's another shot that comes right on that Saad handles and saves. 2.5 minutes to go now as the clock rolls on. Armenia up to 25 shots in this game, 6 have gone in. That's 16 saves now for Karabagosian in this game. The netminder for Armenia has done an outstanding job. And of course has been supported by 6 goals from his team. It's a perfect storm of events here in this first game for Armenia. Exactly what they would have wanted here on what you might call a revenge tour in this tournament. Arkarian tried to handle that one, but he got deflected away. And now a steal here on the forecheck. Outstanding forecheck here late in the game. Still up 6 goals is Armenia. About 90 seconds left in the game. Another shot up front. This one gets deflected away. That was Galuzian trying to get on the board for a second time. A one-timer up top. This one gets deflected as well. Looked like Artunyan got his stick on that one. Minute 25 left in the game. Up top for Fung, another one of the goal scorers today. Shifts it down along the boards, now it's behind the net. Artunyan looking to swing one around. Can't find anyone to pass it to. Egypt knocks it out of the zone. This one looked like it maybe touched the glass and it's out of play. We've hit the final minute of the third period. Armenia with a 6-goal lead, and no one's in any rush to continue going here. The fate of this game has been decided. Armenia up 6-0 with 45 seconds to play. We'll probably have just this one final puck drop. Back up top slot. Egypt able to deflect away. Egypt unable to score in this game today. They'll have one more shot at it. 30 seconds left here. This one gets deflected. Nice defense here. Even on the back check, Armenia has been strong, as they're closing out a 6-0 win here in their inaugural game of this 2025 tournament. Loose up front. Armenia trying for a seventh one, I should say, but they won't get it. 10 seconds left in the game. Armenia will hang back there. Play stops. But there's 1 second left in the game, and it looks like there's an injury on the ice as the game concludes. And that is obviously the last thing you want to see in a 6-0 win. So the game is over. It has concluded 6-0. Armenia has won this game. 6 individual goal scorers and 16 saves for the netminder Kara Bogosian. Right now, eyes are on the injured player on the ice. Hard to tell who it is. He's able to get up now. So the game has concluded. The clock continued to run even as play had stopped in those final couple of minutes due to the extreme difference in scores. And it looked like that was number 97, one of today's goal scorers, Nico Chimian, who was down on the ice, but he is back up under his own volition. And now we have the handshake at the end of the game, as we've completed our second game here in the Dream Nations Cup this morning. Only 11:15, and still so much action has happened here on the ice, and still so much more to come. Before we get done with that, we'll let you know we've awarded most valuable player in this game to the netminder for Armenia. There's a lot of standouts, obviously, for the Armenians in this game. 6 individual goal scorers, but with 16 saves on the day, the Quebecois, the 20-year-old Daniel Karabagosian, back for his second Dream Nations tournament, on the back of his own 16 saves, has won himself MVP of this individual game. There's still obviously a whole lot more coming up. For these two individual teams, Armenia, after this win, will play Puerto Rico tomorrow night in the 8:50 p.m. slot on Thursday night. That's right here on this ice. For Egypt, they will try and get right back on the horse. They're obviously a good team, and they have high hopes after coming in 4th last year. They have very high hopes for this tournament, and they will face South Korea tomorrow afternoon. That's at 5:10 p.m. All those times are Eastern Standard Time. So be on the lookout for all of those games. But while you're here, we hope you stick with us. We got another game coming up right on the ice here in a couple of minutes. At 11:30, we will have Team Indigenous against South Korea. Both of those are the men's sides in this tournament. So we're going to take a very quick break. My friend Will Weigelman will have that next game for you. But for now, this is Dylan Balsamo saying thank you for joining us. We hope you stick around for the rest of the 2025 Dream Nations Cup from the American Dream Mall.